Welcome everyone to another amazing Quorn Cookalong. I'm Annie, I'm the editorial director of Netmums. I'm joined by my glamorous assistant Florence, who's 7, who loves cooking, and Wendy, my co-host. Wendy, do you want to say hi?
Hi there everybody.
And do you want to introduce the girls?
I'm joined by Grace, who is 5, no 6, sorry, she's just 6, I can't tell me. And Chloe, who is 9, who are also my glamorous assistants.
Now, before we get started, I would like to say, if anyone hasn't pre-cooked their pasta, do you want to get a pan of water on and get your pasta cooking so that we don't have to wait too long while that gets underway? Right, universal language of a cookalong is thumbs up is great, yes, we're coping, we're doing everything as planned. Raise your hand if you want to ask a question. Or if something's going really badly wrong and you need some help, just shout. So today we are cooking a delicious Quorn Pasta Bake. Now, most of us, I believe, are cooking with Quorn Pieces, which look like they're written backwards, thanks to Zoom. But I think you should all have some of those. I think Wendy's actually cooking with Quorn mince, just to add a bit of variety to the whole thing, and to show that you can Quorn is so versatile, you can kind of cook with one or the other whenever you want to. Right, has everyone either got pasta cooking or pasta cooked?
Correct, we have.
Yay, yay. Right, I'm actually going to cheat and put mine in the oven now. I prepared one earlier in very, Delia Smith style fashion. I will show it to you.
That's one I made earlier.
It's incredibly beautiful. Can you see how beautiful it is?
Oh.
The mange too and the tomatoes go very beautifully together. Now I'm going to put mine in so that while we're talking, it's cooking, and then you don't have to hang around for ages to see how it's going to turn out at the end. Right, Florence thinks she's putting it in the oven, so let's see how this bit goes. Oh, it's a little bit heavy, sweet pea, isn't it? Right, let's put it in together. There we go. So it goes in on an oven at 180. So again, a bit like getting your pasta ready, check that your oven's on 180 and that it's heating up nicely. Do you want to give me a thumbs up when your oven's on?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Well, we're all good at the thumbs up, aren't we, gang? This is good. Right, so how's your pasta coming along?
My pasta's cooked. For once in my life, I'm organised.
Right, I can see someone straining theirs in the background. I can see someone in a chef's hat. This is all very impressive looking.
There's someone in a chef's hat. That is impressive.
It is, it is. Right, do you everyone want to put a thumbs up when their pasta's ready?
Looks like there's a lot of ready pasta. Rachel, yes, is fine. Don't worry.
While we're waiting for the last few bits of pasta to cook, let's talk through the other ingredients that we're putting in today. So we've got a pan of 400 grams of cooked pasta. That's roughly like a family size normal bag of pasta. We are putting in a tub of creme fraiche, one of my favourite things. We're putting in a couple of handfuls of sugar snap peas. That's roughly 150 grams. To be honest, you could substitute any green veg that your kids love. If they prefer peas or they prefer broccoli, something else would work well. We're going to put in 200 grams of grated cheese, which is kind of like a small bag or half a block. We're putting in 250 grams of cherry tomatoes. We chopped ours in half. You can put them in whole, you can chop them up tiny. Whatever your family prefers is good. Again, you could use basil if you prefer basil. You could leave out the herbs altogether. Whatever works for you. This is one of those dishes where you just throw it all in and put in what you like and leave out what you don't like. And some salt and pepper to taste and some parmesan sprinkled across the top. So, now that we've gone through all of the ingredients, who is ready to start the build, do we think? Because this is very much a touchy-feely buildy kind of dish, isn't it, Flo?
Yeah.
Everyone got their pasta?
Got pasta.
Wendy, while they're catching up, shall we put yours together and then they can put theirs together once you've...
Great idea. There's some tomato chopping going on in the back.
Oh, excellent work, girls. Now, one thing I should say is it's best to put this in a greased oven dish because that way you're going to get it all out of the pan at the end and not going to have to leave some.
Grease the oven dish for me. Oh, no, she wants to chop tomatoes. Okay, I shall grease the oven dish.
Remember, they're in charge, Wendy. You're just the assistant, okay?
I'm just the assistant. I am greasing my oven dish.
These are mine. Okay.
They're your tomatoes. Okay. Okay, madam, grease the oven dish. Well done.
Grease the oven dish. Brilliant. So, once you've greased your oven dish, it really is the simplest recipe in the world. First of all, take your pasta and put it in the dish.
You'll do that. Everyone can see that where I've drained my pasta, it's formed a perfect dome.
Okay, you might need to fork that through, Wendell.
There we go. Okay.
Brilliant. And then take your Quorn pieces, or your mince in your case, Wendy, and add it and stir it all together. Now, the joy of cooking with Quorn is there is no faffing with, well, with the pieces, there's no chopping, but there's also, you don't have to worry about the way you'd have to worry about dealing with raw meat. This is really ready to go, easy, out of the packet, into the dish stuff, which is exactly what we need at the end of a busy day like we've had today. From Wendy.
And the good thing about the mince, my mince was a substitution, which I think a lot of people are getting when they shop at the moment. So you can use any type, can't you, Annie?
You really can. You really, really can. Tell me when you've got that in there, Wendy.
There's just some slightly hair-raising chopping going on here.
We all like to finish the recording with our fingers, please.
And some fingers all present at the end.
I can see some good pasta straining and tipping going on.
Right, there you are, Chloe. If you pop that in. And then give it a stir.
Can I stir it?
You can both stir.
But we both do that.
So we'll have a go, then you'll have a go.
And is that in, Wend?
I think so. Yeah, it's in.
Great. So then you can add your creme fraiche.
Right, Chloe.
Can I pour it in? Please? You're going to need a spoon.
You need a spoon. There you are.
And you can add your sugar snap peas and your cherry tomatoes and your herbs and your grated
Creme fresh out of the pot. Just give us a minute.
Whack it all in.
We're putting our mange tout in.
Yeah. You chopped yours, didn't you, End? I've left mine whole.
No, you didn't. I chopped them.
No, you chopped the tomatoes.
And then we're putting the tomatoes in.
Great.
Mummy, look at my spoon.
Oh dear. Let me have a stir. It's quite a lot of stirring to be done.
Yes, but stirring's very important. Stirring's very fun.
Stirring's very messy.
And my mum's neighbour let me into a secret about stirring yesterday. Apparently, if you stir with your Fitbit or other exercise recording device on the stirring hand, it says you've done a lot more steps than you actually have.
Because you're doing up, down, up, down.
Right, what comes after my creme fraiche and my vegetables?
So you should have some grated cheese there ready to throw in. And some oregano, or whichever herb you would prefer.
Oregano.
You can do the cheese first. Chloe, do the oregano.
What do I just do?
Just put, no, not the whole pot. That would be a lot of oregano. Just a sprinkle. Okay. Is the cheese going on the top, Annie?
Well, the cheese is kind of going in it to make it melty throughout. And we're going to put the parmesan on the top. You stir your grated cheese in, but keep your parmesan back for a little bit of browning and crunch.
More stirring required, girls.
How many spoons are we going to use?
I shall get a grater.
Mummy. Mummy.
I can smile.
It's looking pretty delicious.
I know. I was really having to stop myself eating nibbles of all
I'm just
going along. So, but it really is perfect because they're really, other than boiling up your pasta and then putting it in the oven at the end, there really isn't much cooking with heat, which means that it's much safer for getting kids involved with, which is kind of what we all need, isn't it?
Well, and there's no worry that it's not going to be cooked or it's going to be raw or any of that stuff to think about.
Know. And it means that it's so quick, which, again, at the end of the day, is what we all really need.
Right, you do some grating, Chloe. Yes. You can both share the grating, yeah.
Which side is this one?
Yeah.
While you're doing that, I'm going to peek in the oven and see how mine's doing.
So to season with salt and pepper. Give it a stir.
Yum, yum, yum. How are we all getting on? Yay! Lots of thumbs up.
There's lots of stirring still going on.
Well, it's good to stir. The family that stirs together stays together. Do you normally cook with Quorn, Wendy, or is this a first for you?
No, we do a lot of Quorn spag bogs, actually.
Oh yes, you do love your Quorn spag bog, don't you?
We use Quorn chicken nuggets.
We love the chicken nuggets and all.
And my top tip for Quorn spag bog is if you have meat eaters who aren't sure about Quorn, if you add a tablespoonful of Marmite, it tastes just like normal spaggy boggy.
Well, there you go. Also, what you can do is not tell people that
well, exactly.
Chicken, and they will never know, which is how I'm going to present this dish to some boys in my house tonight.
No, they know it's Quorn.
Oh, did you tell them? Well, they'll be excited because they like to eat it.
Vaccine thingy.
Right, how's everyone getting on now?
We're just on the grating parmesan stage.
Yeah, I was very lucky. I had some left over from a dinner the other night, so I could just tip mine on.
Everyone appears to be assembling.
That looks good, Lisa, in your house, that grated parmesan. Right, everyone, when you've hit the sprinkling parmesan stage, let me know with a bit of a, and then we'll know that we're nearly ready to go in the oven.
I'm not often allowed to do cheese grating, Annie, because I often grate my knuckles. So the fact I'm doing it live on a Zoom is quite scary.
Well, well done.
Right, sprinkle away, girls.
Now, the other thing we should talk about, actually, while we're dealing with Quorn, is another reason it's a very kid family-friendly product is that obviously no animals were harmed in the creation of Quorn, but also it's very, very environmentally friendly. It's 70% more sustainable than chicken. So you have a very green, environmentally conscious person in your house like we have here with Florence. You'll be getting lots of mummy brownie points for cooking with Quorn instead of cooking with anything else. So well done, everyone. So I think we put it in the oven for 15 minutes, which isn't very long at all. No, that's wrong. Now, last of all, we need to season it. So salt and pepper before it goes in the oven. Again, if you've got lots of very small children, probably don't add lots of salt, but just season to taste however much you all like.
We've got a couple of questions, Annie. Can we reheat leftovers?
Yes, you can.
Mummy?
If it's frozen, do we need to cook the Quorn first? No, you don't.
No, you don't. This is the joy of Quorn. It is super simple.
And what is Quorn made of, please?
It's made of something called mycoprotein, which I believe is part of a mushroom or a fungus like a mushroom. And so it's essentially a plant-based food, a bit like any other vegetable or any other vegetable-based food. So yeah, it's natural and it's super delicious. And the great thing about it is it kind of acts like a sponge for flavour. It really soaks up the taste of all the other lovely things that you add to your dish. So in this one, obviously we've got the nice tomatoey taste, we'll have the cheese, we'll have the creaminess of the creme fraiche, and all of that will really come out. I think in one of our other cook-along videos that we did with Lisa Faulkner, which you should check out on Netmums, we made an amazing chili con carne with a special recipe that involves kids, a sprinkling of cocoa in it. And it really, really, really brings out the flavour unlike anything else. It's a really great thing to cook with. Right, have we all salted and peppered, or are we at the salting and peppering stage?
Yes, we are ovened. We have ovened.
We've ovened.
Mm.
Right, anyone who hasn't ovened, now is the time. Drum roll, please. In it
Everyone looks very organised.
I know,
This lady
is like minimal fuss and bother.
Lady's doing a pasta dance.
Excellent. So it's nice to do a pasta. Right, Flo, should we have a look in the oven and see if ours is nearly ready? Oh man, it's looking so nice.
Where has the rainbow dots gone?
Ours has been in for roughly 15 minutes, so I think we're ready to get it out. I think Mummy should do it because it's quite hot. It's heavy and hot.
We would definitely recommend the grown-ups take it out of the oven, Annie.
Yes.
We don't want third-degree burns on Netmum's conscience.
When we get into the bowl, we put some taste. You can tell everyone what it tastes like while they're waiting.
For all of the children watching, my two are doing lots of leftover pasta eating.
There's nothing nicer, is there?
Cold pasta.
While you all get yours in the oven and smell all the lovely smells, it really does smell nice. I am going to retrieve where it has become a gooey, delicious pasta bake. Right, let me see the bowl. Let's get the bowl next to it, and then that way we won't spill any, waste any. Shall we? Right. Excuse us while we serve some up.
Oh, it looks
good, guys. It's looking good.
Let me eat
Should
it.
we add a bit of tomatoes?
No, I like eating tomatoes plain.
Okay. Right, you are the verdict, lady.
Come on then, Flo.
Hello, we don't need to bring it. Yay! It's got a big smile and a big thumbs up. So I think. Oh, well, she's just going to sit and eat the whole bowl now. Well, you're all looking very.
Get cold.
No, but we'll heat it up again. We can heat it up again. That's the joy of it. We can heat it up again and tie it too.
Unless you eat it all before dinner time, Flo.
Well, there is a risk of that, isn't there?
The corn is so nice.
The corn is so nice. There you go.
Now, I have a question about the corn fillets, but you might answer. I've never cooked a corn fillet before. Do you have to use sauce with them like you do with other corn products to get them?
So if you don't want to. I know that we, in another cook-along video, again with Lisa Faulkner, we cooked a really delicious summertime pie, we called it, which was the fillet pieces, not the pieces, sorry, the fillets, with a lovely kind of tarragony sauce and then a phyllo topping. And that was absolutely gorgeous and really delicious. And again, really fuss-free. But if you're not someone who enjoys lots of sauces, then just...
Rachel has suggested putting it in a stir fry, which I think is a great idea. It would take about a second.
I know, even faster than this. And this was a pretty speedy tea.
I would like you all to know my 9-year-old is loading the dishwasher. This is...
So Lucy Edwards, I can see yours in the corner here and it's looking absolutely stunning.
Is it going in or coming out?
Is it going in, Lucy, or coming out?
We'll put it in now.
Putting it in. Great.
Okay.
Can I have another tomato?
Look, she's asking for more now.
This
I
is...
promise you I haven't paid her to say that. There you go. Any more questions?
I've never tried the summer pie. Jade is saying the summer pie is a weekly occurrence in her family now.
I had no idea how to make a really stunning like phyllo pie topping, but the way Lisa Portman did it was so easy, and then the sauce is so delicious, so delicious. It really looks like you tried really, really hard when actually you only spent about it.
How do you do phyllo pastry? Do you have to layer it?
Yeah, but she did this clever thing where she scrunched it up into balls, like balls of tracing paper almost, because you know it's so thin. And then when you put those balls on top of the pie and cook it, they go crispy. So then you have the lovely corn and then silky sauce underneath, all soft and delicious. And then the crunchy topping. Oh, it's an absolute winner.
Oh, it's making me want phyllo pastry now.
Yeah. Do you know what it's really good for actually is if you're having mum friends over, because it makes it look like you're a really good cook when you might not be.
Like you always do it.
Why with the corn? Can I have more corn?
Oh, puff pastry with the pie for winter. Tasha, I'm in on the puff pastry. Oh, are you still going?
Yeah, she's just asked for more again. I think I'm going to have to stop soon, otherwise she's not going to eat any more at dinner time.
Well, this might be early dinner.
It might have to be.
There's a lady on the screen doing the patented baby rock, and it's making me remember pushing supermarket trolleys as if they were buggies when they were little.
This is another reason why a supper like this that's really quick and easy to build and put together is great, because then you've got your other hands free to actually rock and swing with babies who need a bit of help at this time of day.
I'm just checking mine.
Right, what does it look like? How long's it been in?
It's been in for 8 minutes and it's
Halfway.
starting to bubble, melting and bubbling.
Yes.
Oh, Philippa has a question.
Right, Philippa.
Hi, I've never ever used creme fraiche before.
Yeah.
Like, is it like a quark?
No.
Okay.
It's more like a yogurt really, but except it's thicker. And the great thing about it is it's better than cooking with cream, I find, because it doesn't split. You don't have the awful thing of, oh God, if you heat it, it's going to split or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, again, you saw how easy it was today. Tip it in, stir it, you're off.
Okay.
And I have a little person in my house who won't drink milk. So I try and get as much creme fraiche and cheese into her as possible, which this dish is amazing for. Because
that makes sense.
But I know she's had some calcium.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
As well, so if you wanted to, you can. If you want to make it sweet, you can whisk a tiny bit of caster sugar in and use it as an alternative to dessert things as well.
Okay, I didn't realise that. There we go. We learn something every day.
There you go.
We've all taken to sitting on the work surface in anticipation here.
Any more questions from anybody else? Any more queries? Any more ideas of things that you would substitute and put corn into instead of what you usually cook with? Or just any more ideas of good recipes where we could use these pieces?
That's a good question.
We cook
These corn, please.
Yeah, spaghetti with it. A curry with those pieces would be really
I
delicious.
know.
Jade has a question, I think.
Oh, okay, let's go.
Jade, did you have a question?
Jade? No. False alarm.
No, just playing with the iPad. Oh, pizza topping. That's a good idea.
Yes. That would be really good.
I was about.
Well, you were about to say that, weren't you? Yeah. So yeah, Flo's suggesting that you switch out the vegetables and put different ones in. She quite likes the idea of some sweet corn with it. I
And
think
cucumber.
maybe cold cucumber on the side. Yeah, that would be nice.
That's a good plan. Cucumber goes with everything in our house.
Yes, same here. One of the kind of mysteries of parenting is how many cucumbers you eat once you become a parent. Okay, Wendy, how many minutes left for you?
We've got 1 minute left, ladies. And it will be ready.
Exciting. That means we get 2 more taste testers in the shape of Chloe and Grace to tell us whether they like it or not.
It's so yummy.
No, definitely don't let the dog in. That would be not a good idea. Let me get you a bowl.
I think definitely gobble this up.
There's quite a lot of cheese on the floor for the dog when he comes back.
But at least he's getting some treat.
Yeah. Pop down so that I can pop it on him and I don't burn you.
God, well done, you ate loads. After. Right, when is it coming out?
Yeah, I don't like tomatoes. That's
Into a bowl. It's very sizzling.
Very sizzly, good. We like that. How does it smell?
Girls?
Yummy. It should smell like pizza with all that cheese and all that tomato, huh?
Yeah, smell a bit like pizza.
tomato.
Right, do some blowing. There we go. Right, blow, blow.
The blowing's the fun bit, isn't it, Grace?
It's volcano hot, so just give us a moment.
Okay. How's everybody else's? Is anybody else's ready to get out of the oven yet? No. Nearly.
I think I was a bit early with mine. Is that okay?
Look, she's eating
Nope, it's not too hot.
it. Too hot.
I'll get it on my fork.
Does it get a thumbs up? Yeah!
Everybody likes it. Oh, and a little wiggle as well.
Let's try a cheesy bit. Hang on.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Good. That's a big success then. If 3 out of 3 kids liked it. Right, let's hang on for a few more minutes and see everybody else get theirs out of the oven. It must be nearly
Right, let's try.
and check that everyone's happy. It's good, isn't it?
There's a lot of munching going on.
I'm going to talk now because they're all too busy eating.
Mummy.
That's always the danger with a successful recipe on a cookalong.
Mummy.
That's why I haven't been eating it because I won't stop once I start.
Oh, it's the best with the pasta, the tomato, and the pork.
Okay, good.
And
Right, who do you think is going to be ready first?
Requests for seconds already in, Annie.
Told you.
Really hot.
It's one of those keep coming back to dishes. I think we'll be adding this into our weekly list. So
but we have 6 people to feed.
there's lots there.
I think I could feed 16 people. That's the other thing. It's really, really, you get lots. For
Yeah,
your...
you do. I've got a huge dish full here.
As you can see, it's going down well over here.
We like it. Food that children will actually eat. It's always the aim of the game.
There's lots of expectant little faces on our cameras waiting for theirs. Good.
Any more questions? Any more ready to come out of the oven? Or I can see some movement. Not yet, nearly. Oh, people are getting excited. Oh, Philippa! Don't you think it looks so pretty? It's really pretty, isn't it? Oh, we have to make sure we take some photos, Philippa, as well to share with us because it looks really good. You might win the pretty prize. Oh, Hayley, yours looks good as well.
Mummy.
And it does make a mountain of it, doesn't it? I think Alfie's going to be eating that for weeks.
Look at it.
Oh, Lucy, yours looks good too. And ooh.
Lisa, who says you're a bit late, you just sprinkle some oregano on top.
Aha. Right, I need to see a couple of people taste it, tell me that they think it's okay, and then I think we can conclude that that was a very successful cookalong. I can see someone about to taste in Lucy Edwards' house. Oh, and Philippa's tasting, and we're getting a double thumbs up and a big nod. This is all looking good. Okay.
And down going on from Lucy.
Well done, everyone. Oh, and Kate's is out of the oven. Oh, everyone looks like they're really enjoying it. Okay, well, thank you, everyone, for another fabulous Quorn cook-along. Any more questions, ask them in our forum, and Wendy and I will jump on and try and answer them for you. I hope it's inspired lots of you to cook with Quorn, and I hope it's inspired lots of you to make this super simple pasta bake. Enjoy!